Jonathan Gannon, when he was on with us yesterday, the head coach of the Cardinals, was asked a question about this being, in essence, the start of a season for them with this bye week.
Yeah, I think it's just, it's as kind of a boxing fan like yourself, I think it's just an easy way that our guys relate because they enjoy boxing, most of them. It really doesn't matter, like, what happened the round before, If you don't come out ready to go, you will get knocked out. They also know if you come out and do the right things and win that round, then you give yourself a chance to do the right things. You give yourself a chance to win that round. So it's an easy kind of, hey man, it's round 11. So basically saying one day at a time, one game at a time.
That's where the Cardinals are right now, but it's hard, Gambo, not to look ahead a little bit, especially when you read story after story, analytic after analytic, and some of it's, numbers, and some of it is just kind of looking beyond the numbers. This idea of the Arizona Cardinals as a playoff team and their chances of being a playoff team. We talked yesterday about the gambling odds. For the first time, the Cardinals are a betting favorite to make the playoffs. Their odds over making it over the San Francisco 49ers are almost dead even. There is a belief, as we would expect after what has happened and where they are record-wise, that the Arizona Cardinals have put themselves in prime position to be a playoff team.
Yeah, to the point where I think it's, like I said yesterday, and I'll continue to say, I think it would be a disappointment if they don't make the playoffs. I think they're in a good spot. They got some help last night with the Rams losing.
Yep.
They got two shots at this. They got the chance at the division title. They got a chance at a wild card. So it's not like they're just playing for the wild card. They could still win the division. So, when you look at that, I love their schedule. You look at the schedule. They've got to play New England and Carolina, two pathetic football teams. Seattle's a mess right now. They got to play Seattle twice. The schedule breaks really well for them. If they take care of business round by round. Now, you want to go that way? We'll do that round by round. Keep winning rounds, you'll get to a point where you've won the fight. When you've won enough rounds, you will win the fight. Unless you get knocked out. So if we go by, it's going to go to the decision. If they can win enough of these rounds, they are going to go to the playoffs.
New York Times in their simulator says there's a 54% chance the Cardinals make the postseason. The Athletic says 53%. The Washington Post says 55%. This is all analytics mumbo jumbo. Where you want to buy it or not is up to you. I'm just giving you the numbers. ESPN says their chances to make the postseason are 60%. Playoffstatus.com, 63% are the odds of them making the postseason. And this was all put together by Kevin Zimmerman over at ArizonaSports.com, who also kind of started playing around with one of the simulators on this, like kind of mapping out the rest of the season. And it's almost as you would expect. The Cardinals' next 5 games are against Seattle, the Vikings, Seattle, the Patriots, and the Panthers, okay? Go just 3-2. Just 3-2 against that stretch.
Now you've got your 9 wins.
Now you got your 9 wins.
2 left.
And he says that through his work through the simulations, that if you just pencil in one more win after that, either against the Rams on the road or the 49ers at home, one more win, one of those two, your probability of making the playoffs explodes. It just shoots right. You just get to 4, and one of the 4 is in one of those 2 games at the end of the season. Your percentage spikes.
Okay, that 5-game stretch, nobody scares me in that stretch. Nobody. Why? I mean, who's to say? I'm not saying they're going to go 5-0, but could they go 4-1?
Could they go 4-1?
4-1, then you're at 10 wins. Now you're playing for the division title in the final 2 games.
At Seattle, at Minnesota, home against Seattle.
Seattle's a mess.
Seattle's a mess.
Seattle's a mess.
You sent me the story today.
They're a mess.
They cut their leading tackler yesterday.
They cut him.
They cut their leading tackler.
They're just a freaking mess.
And I'm not saying that guy's any good. I can barely remember his name. But they cut their leading tackler yesterday. They're a mess.
Right.
They're floundering, trying to find, a life raft, a life vest, something to keep them afloat. No, Seattle doesn't scare me. Minnesota at this point, going there scares me. That's a tough place to play. But
Darnold's throwing a lot of interceptions. They're not a great team.
No,
everybody expected Green Bay and Detroit were going to be the cream of the crop there, not the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, they drafted a quarterback. They're playing Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
They drafted a quarterback to be their guy, and they're playing Sam Darnold. So, we'll see. I don't, listen, someday I'd like to run the I'd like to do that. Like, I'd like to run the simulators. How do you just press the button, right? I kind of want to do that. I've done it with draft odds and stuff like that, but Well, you can run the simulator here.
Well, I mean, it looks like I need an account to access it, so I'll have to go check with Zimmerman back
So you
there.
can run the simulator like 100 times yourself?
The headline says 2024 NFL playoff picture, each team's path to the postseason. So my guess is that Kevin just clicked on a 3-2 record over the next 5 games, looked at the odds, and then said, okay, let's just say they win one of their last 2 games. What are their odds? And then it spikes. It goes through the
Run the simulation.
I wish I could. I right now I can enjoy unlimited access for $1 a week.
Of course you could.
Yeah, so I'll if you want to give me your credit card number, I'd be more than happy to sign up for this.
We actually have an account for that. I can give it to you.
No, but I was just trying to get I was just trying to get your credit card number.
We were so close, Burnsy.
I know. I was right there. I was right there to a bunch of fun and frivolity for the Burns household if I got
right
Gambo's
into
credit
the
card
account
number.
for that villa.
Right
we were
there.
so close.
Let me tell you,
so close.
The worst part about these things, if you buy something and they give you this great special, it's $1 a week, and then when it runs out and you forget to cancel it, they charge you $15.
Got to remember to
and
cancel
you're like,
it.
hey, I don't want to be charged. Well, too late now, sucker. We just got $15 from you.
Sucker!
Like, I didn't want to pay. I just wanted $1 a week until it ran out. But they automatically renew you, and all of a sudden you're paying $15 a week or whatever it is.
Ben Solak is an NFL analyst for ESPN.com. He jumped over from The Ringer during the offseason. He's good. He's very fact-based. It's a lot of numbers, it's a lot of stats, it's a lot of kind of getting into the mud sort of thing. And he every Tuesday he writes a story about the things that kind of jumped out to him the most from the week that was in the NFL. His lead topic today was on the Arizona Cardinals, and it was headlined, "Are the Cardinals for real? Are the Arizona Cardinals for real?" And I'll get through all the stuff. And he basically said the bottom line is yes.
Yes,
they're for real. They're good.
But how could anybody say they're not?
I don't know.
I can't imagine somebody out there. Buy or sell. I'm going to sell the Cardinals. I don't buy them. Really? Murray's playing the best football of his career. Harrison Jr. starting to come along. McBride's great. They've got Connor. Their defense has played 3 shutouts. How could you not buy the Arizona Cardinals? How could you not buy them right now? You'd have to be an idiot.
Yeah.
You have to be an idiot to not buy the Cardinals.
Yeah, now he's not saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl or even that they're going to go to the playoffs. He's saying they're good. They're good. Their offense is elite. Their defense has surprised me. In fact, he even had this really clever line about how, the offense kind of gives you the floor of the Cardinals, but the defense is their ceiling.
Right.
In other words, they'll go as far as their defense will take them. But ultimately, he said, and I loved what he wrote, even though it's kind of, so the Cardinals for real. Yes, it feels kind of obvious. He goes, yes, the Cardinals are for real. But their realness is far more about the long term than the short term. They'll probably lose some divisional games this year. They've got 4-7, and they're going to need some help to win the NFC West. But more importantly, they've got great young players and a sharp coaching staff with a plan. They're built the right way through the draft and have a ton of resources with which to continue building. They might not be built for 2024 success, but that was never the plan. The plan was 2025 success, 26 BS success, and beyond. Mm-hmm. And that plan is on track.
Accelerated it. They accelerated the plan, just like the Diamondbacks did when they made it to the World Series. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the plan gets accelerated. They start things go to your way, and the players say, hey, I understand your plan, but we're actually really good right now. So, the plan's going to be a year ahead of time. And it is.
Yeah, it is. And it's fun. We're here for it. It's a lot of fun. Bye week for the Cardinals. They'll take on the Seattle Seahawks in a week and a half.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.